the topic is given to me as how we can do the R&D that can be advanced with open source and open access and open data. I'm a scientist from ICR. Dr. Suri was saying about the Krishi portal and all these things, and it is under us. And we have an institute in Bangalore, IHR, Indian Institute of Horticulture Research. I'm a plant physiologist, but I do more work towards this advocacy on open access. And we have a community called Open Access India. It started somewhere 2012 when we were talking more with the FAO. At the time there was open data movement was there, Gutam and World Bank was involved much, and we have projects on National Agriculture Innovation Project which is talking about the openness. So during that time I got involved, and I learned more when I attended the conferences on open source conference. There was a free open source conference in Hyderabad 2005 I guess. So at that time they have presented software called OJS. So what is OJS I learned, and then I got to know what is open access. So though I was into science doing my PhD at the time, the awareness on the open access was not there till 2004 to me. Then I started learning, and still I see that in my fraternity and in community still people are having some issues, maybe how they can get benefited, how they can contribute, all these things. So that's why this advocacy is going on, and under the banner of Open Access India. So I am not a computer scientist, but I am now using the software which is developed by the computer scientists or the enthusiast. How that can be, how easily we can use for our purpose. So that I am going to say. As we know, open science comprises many things, and then open source software, the open licensing, and all this open data, open access, all comes under one, and then contribute, and it's all interlinked, you can say. Then when I just searched what is the open R&D, so yesterday there was a drug discovery part, and there were many programs or the global initiatives or the local things. They are all using the platforms which are open, and the data which is openly available, and the publications which are open access. So as we talk about the software heritage, and now it's about the free software which has more freedom. Free is not a free of cost, or it is a free means freedom. So from this there are many freedoms, four the essential freedoms of free software the Free Software Foundation has given, and this is their logo. So in 2020, I think, when I was learning, then somebody asked me to write a piece of paper on how the free software contributes to the open access. Then we just made one thing, and I'm sure everyone agrees that the open scholarship is only because of this free software movement which was there. This has laid the foundation for the open access, and now it's open science. Okay, as the definition goes, it is as it was already mentioned, but we can modify and distribute, and it's under license for a reusing any open license, all these things. Because of this, we could now able to publish our papers using the OJS software, which I'll be talking, and let's again define these three things, like the open source and free and open source software, and open access and open data, just to put for the context to have a flow of my talk. So I'm putting this slide again. We should understand, yesterday there was a discussion about the access. Now, it's not only, it should be open access. What does it mean? It means unrestricted outputs which can be again reused, the reusability. But yesterday when my colleagues were talking about the access, but that can be shared, archived, or can be kept, still we are not clear. So we talk about the open access, which is still when you compare to the Indian side through some analytics data platforms, we see it's under 40. The Indian research is only 40% of the Indian research is available under open access. Though we have so many models like green, gold, and diamond, now we are talking about it, green route is the institutional repositories, still we have only 100 when you compare to the institutions who are in the line to access the ONOS, like 1600, more than, I don't know how many institutions are there, but we have only 100 repositories. So that is the awareness or some inertia with the researchers or the academia to share their own contribution. There was before coming here, there was a request from my colleague that I need this paper. Where can I get? I said, write to the author. No, it takes some time. Where I can easily get? Like search in the online. No, I'm not getting it. Then we had the only source was Sci-Hub. And it was available. So when that means that possibilities are there, still we are not able to make our outputs available for any person at anywhere with a click of the button. That's what the COK Curtin portal says, that 40% of it is only open access. So it has to be raised. How we are going to do it? Again, we can take the help of the free and open source software. When I say that this is the 40% is available, it is because either if you want to make your article available, you have to publish in open access journals. So again, APCs. And if you want to submit to an institutional repository, probably your institution doesn't have the repository, or you are using a public repository, probably that may not fetching into the Google Scholar, as Anup was saying that most of the Zenodo things are not available under Google Scholar, because our academia looks after the H index and the impact factor. So there is a assessment issues and the awareness and many things are there that is causing towards this. And in between that, predatory journals are coming. Why? Because anybody at any point of time can set up a journal, because it again I say, maybe the software is available or people are using even the Google sites to launch the journals. So what is the way forward is to have institutional repositories. So we have again the softwares which I'll be saying, and trying to more garner the discussion towards this preprint culture. Again, this has also been discussed by the PSA office as well, that any researcher who is going to submit the thesis has to publish in their papers in a reputed journals or journals. So what they are doing is overnightly they are submitting to some journal, that is the predatory journals, and they are getting acceptance and then publishing. So in that, what is happening, we are putting the not peer reviewed content into the public domain. So when you search something on Google Scholar or Google search, you are getting those hits because they are openly available, but still nobody is correcting. There is no point in correcting. When it comes to the pre-printing, if there is a problem in one version, it under the open peer review or a commenting, so the author can review it. He can publish the version 2, so that there will be continuum, and then you can say the refinement of their outputs will be there. But I say that once it is published, it ends. It has to be retracted, or it should be kept only. You cannot improve on this. You cannot publish another version of the already published journal paper. So pre-printing culture should be encouraged, and again we have a solution from the software. And Diamond Open Access is a platforms as the open infrastructure platforms. This all the institution has to support it, and CSIR is doing, our ICR is also doing, but there should be more efforts to bring more people on boarding this softwares. Again, to open source, open access, open data. So all these things, definitions, everything says it should be available freely and reusable form, and it should be findable. The Krishi portal, which sir was saying, it doesn't lack the FAIR principles. And that kind of things are there. There are some issues maybe at the policy level or what is there, I don't know. The policy still says that you can share the data on PDF. That has to be updated. Still there is a debate on no, it is we hardened data, we cannot share as it is. Or I want to, I was sharing the PPT in a PDF format as well with this. Maybe I fear that there will be a disruption, it may not open here. So maybe that is the reason some of the scientists are not sharing the data openly, or they would like to publish the whole data in a journal. See, we get papers with a attachment of the data also, and they want that to be printed in a journal. It should not be any attachment. So that kind of things are there in the minds of the academia. So, and the most popular repository, it is Zenodo. And I say that why I am sharing here is, as we have only 100 institutional repositories, if nobody is having any repository of their own, or the a author doesn't have any affiliation towards the institution, they can very well use this Zenodo. And as a researcher, I wanted to show to my colleagues that how we can best use it. So when we conduct any conferences or seminars, many of the posters or the slides or something, that material is only available to the people who attended, and there is no archiving, because most of the people uses a email in which the correspondence happens, and then once the conference is over, that gets disabled. Either you get a printed book or a PDF book, and that is with the people, and it may be sharing through emails, but it is not available after certain time. So I said, we conducted one online training program, and we asked people who are joining them to make some posters, and that can be archived here. It can be available, and device can be minted immediately once it is published. So this kind of openness is helping our research, the R&D, to accelerate, because much of the information will be available beyond their time limits. So this again does open source software, like Debian is one operating system based one kind of things, like the CCAN and ePrints. They're all having the they are the open softwares based on the Debian. And this ePrints and the OJS, Open Journal Systems, they have the OAI metadata harvesting protocol, in which by which the published literature or the data can be interoperable. Like the Krishi portal or the AgriMark portal can be interoperable if we use this kind of a protocol. So that for that reason we need a standardized software to be used. Like maybe the Krishi portal is using DSpace, and it has only place to archive your papers and data as attachments. But some maybe it should be of a kind of a interoperability. Maybe it's still missing there. I'll just skip. And when I'm saying about OJS since the beginning, so this is a slide. So this is from the Public Knowledge Project, and I'm sure everyone, CSIR was the first to use it when version 2 was released, and we learned from them. And the ICR also wanted to use it. They went for, we'll have our own software to be developed, all these things they said, but ultimately they have to go with this OJS. And now they are hosting not only the ICR journals, they are also helping the other National Agriculture Research System scholarly communities or the universities to host their journals using this, because it is so much easy to install, user friendly to install, user friendly to work on it. I, without any background from the computer science, could install it and also archive it, because when we changed the server, it was easy to host into another server. Like you can upload the data into another server. So that much of the robust system is being built, and it is every day it is evolving, and new features have been also being used. And more than 50,000 journals in the world, and in India also many of the people are using. The examples I said CSIR and ICR. And this is the one journal which I am associated with. This is one of the experiment journal for me, but for others it is the most popular journal. Why I am using, why I am associated with this, to show to the world how the OJS can be better utilized and how it can be indexed with the other agencies. Like because of this OJS software and having the protocol of metadata harvesting, it is now indexed in Redalic. Redalic is Latin America. See, the journal published from Bangalore is now being read at the other countries, and this is because we have used the openness. We are using as a diamond open access model, We doesn't charge any authors to publish or any readers to pay for it. And it is all supported by the society called Society for Promotion of Horticulture, which is hosting this journal in their journal site. Now this society is also going ahead and want other societies to join them, and they are going to give the platform for hosting the journals. Okay, so because of this OAI protocol, and we could send our data to the AGRIS UN FAO AGRIS database, and also it is being indexed in many other things. OpenLX is taking our data, and because of our good publication practices, we got a DOAJ seal as well. It is also indexed in the proprietary and also open things. And we are using the what is this? Creative Commons license, but non-commercial license. Because of this, many, like even the Internet Archive is also archiving our journal. And we have a Dataverse software which can be again installed on our server, but we couldn't do it, and we are using their own hosting services. This here, the journal which is publishing articles are asking the authors to deposit their data, but not many have done. We have only 2 deposits in this. As I am saying, those authors are very much interested to have the data given, but it is in a printed one, they want to have it. Like we use the PDF only, but in Redalic platform, the HTML versions are also available. Then this OJS platform, PKP has come up with a open preprints platform, preprint server software, which can be again installed in our server. So India Archive was started on the platform of Open Science Framework, and there around hundreds of articles, 121 articles were published on that. But they said like we have to pay for it to continue, because they were incurring some charges. Then we as a community doesn't have any funds, so we were looking for some kind of other support. By the time this PKP has announced that they are going to announce the release of the preprint software, so we were waiting, and we got it, and we installed on our server, which is the Society for Promotion of Horticulture is hosting it. So, but still, in this platform we have only few preprints deposited. Probably still more awareness has to be geared up from our side. So, this slide shows the ICR journals, Indian Council of Agriculture Journal, which is hosting the many other, including its own flagship journals. So this is the platform called e-publications. They were not talking about open access, but it is an e-publication. Why? Because other journal societies still are keeping under the paywalled. Paywalled in the sense only the subscribers, means the members of the society can only access. But slowly the ICR is encouraging them to open it up, and most of the people have now said, okay, it will be, even they have removed the login access also. Anybody can directly download the articles. That's how it is evolving. So this is the India Journal platform, which I was talking that SPH, no, it will come in the, yeah. This was just like when we were attending the conference in South Africa, the second global Diamond Open Access conference. We saw like the Africa has a platform which is hosting the journals. Then ICR is doing for its own institutions and also other universities. CSIR is doing for its own labs. So we wanted to have a platform where the other societies who doesn't have any expertise or looking for a kind of a support, because this OJS is being a open source software, it's a community one. We cannot have any vendor to come on install for us. So you need a people to help them. In India, from Kerala, I think they have started one community which is supporting this installation. So we also talking to them to join us, so that this will be a platform where people can submit their request and we will examine. It's still in the nascent. We got 4 requests only. We are just waiting for further things on that. So I end here. Thank you very much for the opportunity for the organizer. Thank you.
Long live India and France friendship.